A little standard tonight. Let's see. This is the deck we're going to play. I've got a few games going first, and I'll give a deck overview. Talk about what it wants to do, what it's good at, what it's not good at. Go through each of the cards. Quirky little deck. Right. Everybody watching, hello. Get started. We will do a deck overview in a little bit. Game or two in. Oh, how do my levels sound out there? I'm going to talk a little. I'm going to play some music. Hopefully it should be mixed a little better. Some of the sounds going through. Still talking. What does this deck do? This is a sacrifice deck. So it has a lot of drain life effects. Kind of is aggressive. Give this a shot. Kind of bad. We don't have an untapped land on one. Kind of going to be a turn behind here. Let's see. So it's playing. Let's just get this land out. So it's playing cards like this, which are enchantments. When it enters the battlefield, opponent discards a card and loses 2 life, and then if this hits the graveyard, you scry 2. Playing cards like 3/2 Blood Harvester. Whenever it's the battlefield, you create a blood token and tap and sack it to kill a creature most of the time. So you can tap and sack it. It deals X, or it gives the creature -X/-X, which is double the number of blood tokens you have. We are stuck on lands. We're going to play... They seem to be playing 5-color control, which means they have an inevitability. We're going to play this. We have to kind of get there. We might be able to catch them off guard with a couple of our cards. I'll just read and hover over a few of these cards when it's their turn. So this card deals 1 damage the first turn it comes into play. The next turn, it gives a creature +1/+1, the first creature you cast, +1/+1. And on the third turn, it flips over to a 2/2 haste. This turn, we're going to play a creature to get a little bigger. It's going to create another blood token. It's just a little more fodder for exile later. I think we're going to tap and sack this to hopefully find the land. This is going to let us look at 2 cards on the top of our deck. You can play one until any turn. We're just looking for a red wave. Found one, and we'll play it. Just to play the second one of these. What this does is, it's just a ton of value for 1 mana, 1 damage, +1/+1, and then 2/2 haste. It also is something we can sacrifice later. We have a lot of things that just get value from sacrificing. 4th land. We're just gonna hit them with some discard this turn and next turn. They might have a board wipe next turn. I don't want to catch them with this. So we'll play this. Kind of incentivize them to wipe the board. They're playing between 4 and 6 board wipes, so they almost definitely have it. So this is a 4/4 generally. A red source you control deals 1 damage, or deals less than 5 damage. A 9, a non-creature. Non-combat damage deals less than 5 damage, it deals 5 damage instead. Let's exile our board, which we were anticipating. This turn, we're going to hit them with a discard. Get in there. I don't think we have any chance of winning this game. We're going to play it out. We can sack this to try and find another. Sure. Red-black pain land. This card, I can choose 1 or more. Each player discards 2 cards, loses 4 life, and sacrifices 2 creatures. So I'm probably going to do all 3 of those next turn. Discard 2 cards, sacrifice the creature, and lose 4 life. Yeah, I think we still do this. We're going to end up discarding both of our cards. We have some scry on board. This is about our only chance of really getting back in this one. Not a good one. Okay. They pitched a board wipe. They're going to draw 5 cards. We're just going to concede here. They're about to draw 5 cards. So this deck, we didn't draw the card that it really runs off of. There's a card called Oni Cult Anvil. And what it does is you tap it and you sacrifice an artifact. And it drains them for 1 health and creates a 1/1 artifact creature. We have 2 of them here. So basically, if you have 2 of them in play, you sacrifice 1 artifact, you create 2, and you drain them for 2. And then you do that every turn, and then you have a bunch of things that synergize with that. And the more anvils you can get, we have cards that copy them, the more anvils you can get, just the more often you can do it. They're playing red aggro. This is generally a pretty good matchup for us. We can get the Oni Cults online. We can start training them, and the extra health becomes a real issue for them, especially if we can stabilize the board. We can deal with their board. It looks like we might be able to. We're going to get an Anvil online here. Normally I'd go with the Epicure, but I think next turn... next turn... I'll just get this one. Gain that extra life. Next turn we could play another one and create an artifact, so we'll be able to drain for 2 and create 2 1/1s. which they're gonna have some trouble racing. We'll block here to stem the bleeding a little. We're going to make this, which gives us, it's a 1/1 and creates a blood token. We're going to use that blood token to create 2 1/1s. We're going to tap this. We're going to sacrifice our blood token. Both these unicals are going to take an artifact, sacrifice, and create a little dude. And we're just going to hold this one up because it only creates a dude during their turn, so we already got the dude for each of them. We're going to block and sack token to drain them for 1. Next turn we'll have a removal spell. This is a 1/2 that has prowess, which each spell played this turn is going to create an extra, or add +1/+1 to the creature. What is our artifact we need? I think we're gonna here. Then we'll take 2. Maybe we double block Squee. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Take 11. Yeah, we'll double block Squee. Essentially take 11. Nope. We play this and sack it. And then torch something. I think we torch. We're gonna deal 2 damage and exile this creature. I think we're gonna exile this. Yeah, that could end up being more damage. We're gonna exile that. Then we're gonna play this. Sacrifice it to the end. Gonna create us 2 1/1s and drain them for 2 life. Or drain them for 1 life. Then we will block and sack next turn. Ugh. So we're effectively at 9. 2 cards here. What do they need to cast? They need to exile 4 other cards from their graveyard to cast him. Oh, they just have another one. Pretty good. We need to leave one of our tokens alive to keep making more. So we'll only block 2 things. Block here and then here, taking 4. Yep. And sacrifice this to drain for 1. We need to kind of draw something relevant here. Thrill Seeker. We play the Thrill Seeker. Throw this at Squee, killing him. We'll create 2/1/1 so we can block, and then we'll have a Thrill Seeker, which is a 2/2. That's our best bet. We'll attack with this first. Throw it, you can sack it to deal damage equal to its power. 2/1/1s. And then we're gonna leave them. Let's see. So fuck here. 5, 6 getting through. Drain for 2. What is that? 7. I think we can. We block 1 here, take 3, 4. If I knew I was drawing an artifact, sacrifice this. Then we have a 2/2. Cards are in his graveyard. 3. No, he's not there yet. I think I just hold this. Let's see. Okay. Take 4 next turn, and we have 2 blockers. We gotta hold this back. Because we drain for 2. 3, that's only 5. Pop. This. 1 going to 3. 3 blockers. We got 2 through, and we drain. I mean, if they hit any sort of damage, we win. But we draw an artifact. Anything haste. There's a bunch of cards we can draw. They don't get it. Okay. So we go. Bing. Bing. Take 3. Drain for 1, stay at 1. I mean, could they? I guess they could have Kamano. Do we have a win condition? Alright, we try that. We try for the win, we don't try for the draw the game. Yeah, let's see. I got 5 damage. That's not gonna do it, is it? That's not gonna do it. Big torch. Well, we'll have 3 blockers. They still win on any sort of removal. Attack with this, drain for 1. Then we can potentially hold that to block. Okay. I mean, if they don't have it here, we should win. Cast? Instant. We could have a. Oop, that's it. We got him. Woo! I mean, they drew dead for infinite turns, but we kind of did too. Let's see. So, play one more and then I'll talk more about the deck. Yeah, it's a super fun deck. It's a weird little deck. It could also have super explosive quick draws, or they lose 2 life and you draw a card. So you can just like keep sacking stuff that they can't and draw a bunch of cards. And that's just a removal spell that allows you to sack stuff if you want. Go first turn, Epicure. Not a great hand. We're gonna have to find the 3rd land. Hopefully pretty quickly. Where's the 3rd land? That's not bad. Alright, so they're playing 5 color control, I'm assuming. Playing this first turn, generally means 5 color control. Which means they're gonna probably board wipe us on 4 or 5. And then once they hit 7 mana, which can be turn 5 or 6, they're gonna just play an insane card draw engine that we're not really gonna be able to deal with unless we have Go for the Throat. Probably are just would want to block here. Don't have anything else that we want to kill for them, so we just want to get some damage in here. I don't think there's anything else relevant. Tap early. So just we'll play this. Start swinging. Get something Good. Yeah. So that's a 3/3 or 3-mana 4/4 vigilance, which sounds insane, but it can't attack or block until they get 7 lands, and when it comes into play, it puts a land into play. So it's gonna ramp them. They're now at 4, so they can potentially board wipe next turn. I think we'll hold on to this. You can pitch this to make 2 1/1 spirits with haste. When does this go until end of your next turn? Okay, we'll go pop this now. It'll allow us to look at 2 cards and play 1 next turn. I'll take this. It'll kind of save us after they hold on to this. Like a mono. They're tapped out. Can't block. Play the research desk again. That allows us to fix the draw. Turn. Kinda don't want to play this. It's 2 1/1 hasty creatures. We might really catch them off guard. Okay, another Stomper. They're not board wiping this turn. That's good. Find the land or 5. For 7. We have a ton of cards that can just end the game from there. Not a ton. We got a handful of cards that can end the game from there. They're at 6 lands. So these are going to come online next turn. That's kind of a problem. We're going to pitch the desk here. Ooh, I like getting the anvil going. We're going to put some work in here, damage-wise, this turn. We might be able to get to a point where we can just drain them out, especially if they wipe next turn. This is... We're going to play the anvil. They have a blood token for this. Might catch them when they can't sack an artifact. Remember, these can't block until they hit 7 land. 6. Line binding. Okay, we kind of like... What are they ley line binding? Probably the 3/2. Yeah. Okay. Let that happen. Back the anvil. Some blood. Three stoppers. Okay, that's gonna be a problem. Alright, so now those are online. They can attack and block. We're gonna have to figure out other ways to get damage through. It's looking like our breeds and our anvils. I'm gonna get them for 3. We'll just have to start chumping those soon. Okay, that's bad. That might have been the game. Let's see. That's gonna be a flyer. Okay. Be a 4/4 hasty flyer. Maybe they have the 3rd ley line. And let's find out. Where's their other mana? It looked like they only had one. Alright. I mean, they're just not going to tap to attack anymore. Yeah, probably is a good game there. You're going to draw like 5 cards. Let's see. Take 8. Okay. So he can come in with 3. All right. Go over the deck real quick. All right, let's take a look at the deck here. All right, we're going to take a look at the deck. So this is Rakdos Sacrifice. This is kind of an off-meta deck. I don't know. Tier 2. We'll just go over some of the cards here. We have Hopeless Nightmare. 1 black enchantment. When it comes into play, your opponent discards a card and loses 2 life. And then if this goes into a graveyard from play, you scry 2. So we have a number of ways to get into the graveyard. This card's really interesting. It didn't used to be run in this deck, but it seems like it has a nice place right now for some card filtering. 1 mana artifact, 1 mana, tap and sack it. You exile top 2 cards, choose 1, and then you can play until the end of your next turn. This is really nice to pop at the end of your opponent's turn too. Get some extra selection the following turn choices. Come on off is Kazakhstan, just like Kazakhstan. Kakazan. This is just an aggro staple. First turn, you're dealing a damage. Second turn, you're getting a +1/+1 counter on something. Third turn, you're exiling this and making a 2/2 haster, which is really good for if you're on the aggressive game plan. You also have a bunch of ways to sack artifacts with Braids. Sorts of Towers is a shock normally that exiles, but if you want to sack a permanent, sack a token or enchantment or artifact, it'll deal 3 damage instead and you'll scry 1. So some selection here, but usually you play it as a shock. Epicure, another aggro staple, 1-mana, 1/1. And it deals 1 damage to each opponent, and then it creates a blood token. Blood tokens we're going to use for a lot of things you'll see. Go for the throat, standard removal, best black removal in the set, or in the format. Blood Tithe Harvester, Rakdos staple, 3/2, very aggressive card. Also some removal, creates a blood token, tap and sack it, and target creature gets X minus X, which is double the number of blood tokens. With multiple ways to create blood tokens, this ends up being able to take out some big stuff. I mean, you wouldn't be surprised to give something -6 occasionally. Alright, Oni Colt Anvil. Here is the most important card in the deck. This is kind of what the whole deck functions around. So, you tap and sack an artifact, and it drains your opponent for 1. If an artifact goes into leaves the battlefield during your turn, you create a 1/1 artifact construct token, and it only happens once per turn. So when you have 2 of these, you tap and sack a token, you create 2, and then basically every turn you can do this. And you are net gaining 1 construct each turn with 2. And the more you have, the better. Seer Ginger, this is a 3/1 for 2, pretty aggressive stat line. It has trample, hexproof, and haste if your opponent controls a planeswalker. This is really nice for taking out control. Like when they get their planeswalker, they think the board is clear, you can haste in, and they can't really do anything about it. Take out that planeswalker. Also, here's where it comes in and has a lot of synergy for us. Whenever an artifact you control is put into a graveyard, so every time you're sacking something with your anvil, you're putting a +1/+1 counter on this and scrying. So this thing will get big and out of hand quick, and it'll fix your draws for the rest of the game. This card, if left unchecked in this deck, is ridiculous. And then you can sacrifice it like a life. A food token equal to its power. So it starts at 3, and then late game, on a life. Really, really interesting card in this deck. Really fun. Doesn't really have a home anywhere else, but it's a cool card. Here's another cool synergy card. This is Braids. The 2 black can be a little bit of a problem in here, but it's a fun synergy. At the beginning of your end step, you may sacrifice an artifact, creature, enchantment, land, or planeswalker. If you do, each opponent may sacrifice a permanent that shares a card type with it. If they don't, they lose 2 life and you draw the card. So this late game can really put some pressure on them. Keep filling up your tank. So either their clock speeds up, or they're matching enchant permanents with you, sacrificing. And generally, you want to sacrifice your permanent. So this can be pretty backbreaking. Thrill Seeker, we play 1 of here. This is 3 mana 1/1 with backup 2. Backup again is whatever the number is, you put that many +1/+1 counters on the target creature. It can be itself. So, and then it gains any text, any abilities below the backup. So for this one, you'd be able to pay 1 and sacrifice the creature, and it'll deal damage equal to its power to any target. So this can be like a great finisher. This can be creature removal. You have a lot of applications here, right? So you can get your Seer Ginger huge, just fling them at somebody. A bunch of different things you can do with this. Really cool card. Godric, this is keeping up with the aggro plan. So this is a 3/3 haste. And if 2 permanents enter the battlefield this turn, it's going to become a 4/4 flyer dragon. So it sees itself, for starters, right? So that's 1. You have to basically play 1 other thing the turn it comes into play to make it a 4/4 aggro flyer. So this synergizes incredibly well with Kamano. When this flips over, it exiles itself and comes back in, so that counts. So on 3, you play this, you have 6 hasty damage. So, that, like we said before, when you're on the aggro plan, this is kind of a nail in the coffin often. Nixilis, this is a recent addition to the deck. It's pretty fun. You can, basically, when you play it, you can sacrifice a creature, and this comes into play, a duplicate of this comes into play with loyalty equal to the sacrificed creature's power. So if you have something big, you can kind of come into play with 7 tokens, like if you sack a 7/7 or something, and then do its ultimate immediately. If not, it's just a crazy value engine. You can force them to discard a card or take 2 life, or drain them for 2 every turn. You can create 1/1s that die into a damage to any target. Just great value card. If they can't deal with this, turn or two, the game is probably over for them. Alright. And on our top end, we have Rankle's Prank. This is a really fun card in this deck. You can pick any 3 of these modes, any or all. Each player discards 2 cards, each player loses 4 life, and each player sacrifices 2 creatures. So, if you're behind, or if you're so far ahead, and you have a ton of tokens, you can kind of clear their blockers, you can reset the board for your anvils to just start building up a board for you again if they get their footing back. This is a cool card. This card is going to take about 2 minutes to go over, but it's really cool. I'm considering playing more of these. I think I might play it over Stoke the Flames. Drop Stoke the Flames and play another one of these. So, 4/4 trample for 4. If a red source would deal an amount of non-combat damage equal to or less than, damage less than his power, it deals that source. It deals his power instead. So when you pop an anvil and it trains them for 1, it's gonna deal 4 damage instead of 1. Toss something at them, right? Like you sacrifice this to deal 1, it's gonna deal 4 instead. There's all kinds of little things like that. The Epicure is gonna deal 4. Lots of great synergies with this. This is a cool card in this deck. Like I said, I like to play 2 or 3 of these. I think I'm gonna try it out. So I'm going to drop this right now and just add the second one. And then if this dies, it just flips over into a land, and then you can turn it back into the creature side if you deal more than 4 damage, non-combat damage, which this deck has a ton of trouble doing. But it's not out of the question. You could do it with Omnixilus, you could do it with Thrill Seeker, you could do it with Rankle's Prank. I don't know if the timing's right to do it with Braids, but I guess no, that's a loss of life. I wouldn't do that. But anyway, that's the deck. In the lands, it's pretty standard. You have some recursion on this land. You can pitch it to get creatures back. This one, you can make 2 hasty creatures. This one is cool. You can duplicate an artifact, so you could play this, and if you have extra land, you just make another anvil. Super fun. Basically playing with 5 anvils. I'd consider moving to 2 of these and playing 6 anvils. Alright, so that's the deck. Let's give it a few more games. Probably good for 2 more games. Get hyped. Alright, so your opponent goes first. You can play Epicure. Nightmare. You can play this off of the Epicure. We can keep this. This isn't great. We'd love to sacrifice a creature with power X. No, you can't sack this. Let's give it a try. Swamp. Alright. There's a mono black deck that people play. I wonder if this is it. Non-land card from the player discards that card. Okay, he's grabbing the Epicure. In that case, we will this. I'm gonna wait on the Hopeless Nightmare. They get to choose the card, so it's better to hit them when they have like 2 or 3 cards in their hand. Alright, well there goes the Hopeless Nightmare. Which, oh no, not there goes the go for the throat bubble. See if we can't discard something good. Yep, Trespasser exiles a creature, gain life. Every time it attacks, they can do I'm gonna play this, and we're gonna play. Probably gotta play Thrill Seeker and back up onto itself. They don't get our Mixless here, or this. Ooh, yikes. That's why he pitched the go for the throat. Alright, we'll draw. Play this. Make two Obnixiluses, make a 1/1 Devil, and force them to discard a card. Make two 1/1 Devils. I think we're gonna play this. We don't have a great line. Try and double block. Oh, try and. Yeah, let's try and double block this. Do they have something? I mean, they can't go for the throat this. Hey, maybe he's got another Shieldred. Yeah, they're just gonna give me a Shieldred. That's fine. We could prank them. Yeah, we could prank them, and we could just prank them, get all their shit, and then next turn pop this. Let's try it. We're not gonna do. We're lower on life, so we're not gonna do the life. But we'll have them discard 2 cards and sack 2 creatures. Just got pranked.
So I never expected charging into a goblin's nest to not get some goblin vomit.
Let's see what they do. Sure. Back where we started. That's interesting. All right. See how this guy plays out. I think we take it here. Go to 8. Should have had it stop in my upkeep. Whoops. Both those. Play this. No attacks. Oof. Draw not a land here. Not a land. Sure. Got it, dog. Come on, let's play. Okay. Not great. Not terrible. 2, 3. Try it. Ugh. The mountains in the desk. Start. First plains island. A bat control. Ugh, let's see what he does. Make him have some aggro. The other option was Oni Cult into this, and then you can trigger it. Would have been better. I'm gonna play this. Stack the desk. Gonna let us scry and put a 1/1 counter here. Good on land for a while. Get in. Cave something? Uh-oh, turtle time. Springs. Hey, God trick. We can trigger him with the Oni Cult. I'll leave him back. Yeah, we like the blood token. I'll leave him back. We don't want to trade with the turtle yet. Do we? 9. What, 7? 6. Trying to do with the turtle. What's going on here? Artifact enchantment. Like, he's just like ramping into crazy shit. Playful reach. Gain 2 life. 4 more life. He's just doing infinite land. I didn't get all that life. My best so I can sack this and pump a few blocks. Make this super plain. Vigilance, reach, trait, haste, trample. Increases power and toughness equal to the number of lands you control, and is eternal land cards from your to the battlefield. 4-1-1-1. That's 11-11. Haste, reach, trample. 10-10. 11. 13. 14. 14. 15. 15. I think I'm gonna block the turtle. I want him to have a 4-4 block. Okay. Do this to fix our draw. Research desk. Yeah, that could be okay. Oh. There's something we can sack that he can't? I think so. I think, yeah, we can sack an artifact. So we got 4, 5, 6, 7. We're gonna play this. I guess the block here, he's taking 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. swing out. Sack. Artifact. Turn. Back. And artifact. Oh, shit. Oh, he could sack his creature to not die. I guess I should have sacked the anvil. Whoops. Got him anyway. That was a weird one. That was a fucking weird one. Back in 1 second. One more. So what do you guys think of the deck? Pretty fun. So we got Epicure, Torch, Mission Test. I mean, we don't have anything really on plan here, but it's a decent aggressive hand. We'll give it a shot. Press. Probably confused. Just for desk here, maybe? Let's see. Go for the throw, okay. We'll pitch desk and we'll pop it at the end of his turn. I think, maybe. Unless we want to go for Obnixilis. Let's see. Go for Obnixilis, maybe. Maybe. He knows we have Torch. Torch exiles this. This just like keeps bouncing back. We'll still exile it. Don't like it. I don't like it. I'll swing. Play Obnixilis. I mean, he doesn't have anything on board. He gets something hasty. He certainly could. We will first make a dude. And then we'll have him discard a card. Lose 2. If we can protect this thing. Oh, he's on like a Jundi control thing. Interesting. So we're going to play an epic. Run it out. Run it all out. Like this. This artifact here. And then both these Obnixiluses are just gonna force him to pay life or discard cards. He's just gonna pay some life. Fine, I'll get him down. Hang it. Right, what kind of deck do you have, sir? You have 5 cards in your hand. Really should have used that to destroy a artifact. Huh? Go trample, eh? Thanks. Double block here. Got some pump, you got some pump. I have another blood token to make another. Okay, alright, he gets through. Through. Ooh. Don't have the mana for it, but that is pretty sweet. We're gonna sack this to see the card draw here. Our dude. Go for the throat, the Mayhem Devil. Sir? Go for your name, sir. That's pretty good. Could use the other black mana though. Yeah, we do want to play Braids. Guess we can run this out again. We have to the end of our next turn. Ooh, Godric's good. Probably Godric. He knows it's coming. What he can do about it. Just keep draining him. Get this up to 4. Wait, we can drain him at the end of the turn on a block if we want. But we can pop, drain off the blood. What would be bad here? Shieldred would be bad. I think we can still be Shieldred. Godric beats Shieldred. 5 drain off the braid if he doesn't. I mean, he doesn't know we have braids. Got a Nixilus for 2 drain potentially, the way he seems to be. What's those cards? I don't know what they are. 3 of them left. At least should deal 7 damage to a creature or planeswalker and excess damage to destroy target artifact. Ooh. And we're going to sack the creature. Yeah. I think we might just play this and wait. We just play this and wait, because if we can ever double spell. That's bad. Okay. Ooh. We have one more black mana. And one more black mana. Can't double spell. Basically, we can keep him at 3 here, because we'll gain the 2 there. And we can... He doesn't deal with this. We can kill him off Hopeless Nightmare. 2. Create a map token. Okay, so now he's got a map to sack. He takes... Take 8 here. Alright, we got him. Nixilis starts with 3, and then the clone has whatever the power of the creature you sacrificed. One more. Who else is watching? Is Chris there? Who's watching? That. It was a pretty great hand. We're gonna keep this. Ooh. Ooh. Epicure. Okay. I think we hold this. Yeah. We're gonna hold that. I guess you should have attacked. Oh well. Can you do deals? Well, I'll just take it. You can sack it to deal damage equal to its power. Pointless here. Okay. Crack back for 4. Catch that blood. Little dude. Turn. Ooh, cool. He's playing the same deck, it looks like. Mine doesn't run these anymore, although I do love them. I think they're not great. Womp on the first. Obnixilis, okay. Damage was power. Alright, so we can trade into. Huh? Weird. Alright, we draw a land, we come off Wrinkle's Prank. I mean, I guess he can get a cult. He can get an anvil here and start his thing going. Ooh, alright. What's he got? 6 coming my way? Not gonna do it, but let's see. What you got? We are not going to block. Give away a pitch one guy? Targeting like you do. Ew. Be cute. Pretty cute. Play this. Oh, my connection's good? Oh, yeah. Look at that. Huh. I don't know. Alright, we got him. Yeah, my connection is bad. Oh, it seems like it's better now. Right. I'll play one more because that last one lagged out. Sounding better now? It looks like on my end I see a lot better connection. No black man. I'm more than that. 2 sulfur springs, epicure. I mean, we're gonna take a shitload of damage here, but we'll try it. We'll put. A hopeless nightmare on the bottom. I'm gonna go Kamano into this, into next to the list potentially. Ooh. Paying all that life for mana is not going to be so good in this matchup. The next list is going to be pretty good. See how aggressive. He plays 2 creatures here, we're in a bit of trouble. Maybe we just try and block this. We can keep them off. Good block here. No, we don't. Yeah, that way we take 2 instead of 3. Our option here is of Nixilis. And we make a Mayhem Devil and force him to discard. Or we make 2 Mayhem Devils. Where we play the Anvil. Stack the blood. 2 dudes. Now, I think we just try and get a Nixilis going. Attacked first. Let's cancel. Gonna make a devil. Devil here. This one we can make another devil. Where we can start. Draining him. Let's start draining him. I think that might be wrong, but we'll try it. He's got a bunch of hasty creatures in his deck. Can't imagine both of those of Nixilis are going to survive. No, I don't think. Alright, so we block here. This kills. Yeah, maybe we kill this. We draw a land. He's fucked. On land, he's. We kill. Kill this. Land. Frank his ass. Maybe we get him to draw. Do we get him to discourage powers? Yeah, because the other thing's. If he fetches a card. Discard. Sacks 2 creatures. We have to go down to 8? Eh. On the wild side here. We have some life drain, so I think forcing him lower just allows us to have a clock. Can he squeeze? How many cards does he have? He can squeeze. Oof, that's kind of the perfect draw. We get 2 chances. Ooh, that's a good draw. Squeeze is a big deal. Oh, he's got his 4. So that's 6, 7, that's 7. He plays the squeeze. Alright, we need to draw something here. What do he plays? Not necessarily dead. Oh, I guess we are necessarily dead. The Mishra's Foundry. Yeah, we're dead. Ooh, level up. Epicure into Anvil. Research task. That's alright. First one where we can potentially have Anvil into this guy. Alright, we're playing Super. Three haste. Don't like that. Probably double block. Etching. Double block the etching. Oh, no, we don't. Single block over here. No, we won't. Take 8. This. Going up for 1, going back to 10. We got 2 blockers. Play that. Next turn. Oof. Alright. 6 here? Take 3. Lagging again. Let's see. Take 3. Play this big boy. Take 4. Do that every turn. So we block, we take 4 here. Got a 4. Do this. Play this to get that. Hey, measures for the Oni cult. It's gonna cost us 2. Yeah. We just want to preserve our life in case they rip removal. So they're swinging with braids. And they're swinging for 2 plus removal. So if they get alright, so if we play braids, get another artifact. Play braids. Play this and braids. 4, 5, 6. We can do 8. I think we hold that. Let's see for play. This. I'm gonna go to 7. Should be able to kill them next turn. What they got? I mean, they still get, if they draw like lightning, whatever. Oh, they didn't. Did they lose, I guess? Let's see. Block this thing. Hang? You can hang. Hang, that's cool. Getting pranked. Super prank you. Alright. We'll call it there. I'm going to look over the deck one last time, get my thoughts on it. Oops. How's the mix with the sound effects? Is it too loud? Or is it better than it was yesterday? It should be better. I upped the volume of the voice. Yeah, I can't reduce the volume of the sound effects, unfortunately, so my only option was to pump up my voice until I better solve things. Alright, I'm just going to do another run through of the deck tech, just because I don't like my take of it last time. Set. Dark. Rose up. I'm trying to run through the cards faster just for an intro, and then I think I can deep dive into stuff later. That is a good idea. I remember renting Cliffhanger when I was really young. I think it was like one of the first R-rated movies I rented. And we were eating spaghetti while we were watching it, and I remember there was some gory scene where some guy got shot, and I puked up my spaghetti. What was what? Right, Pip's back. Back, Pip. Oh, I said we rented Cliffhanger when I was a kid. I rented Cliffhanger when I was a kid, and it was, I think, the first R-rated movie, or the first one I saw with a lot of violence. And we were eating spaghetti while we were watching it, and when somebody got shot in the face or something gory happened, I puked up my spaghetti. That's my Cliffhanger story. Alright. I'm going to do another run through of the deck here. Try and get a better one. Alright, so today we are running with Rakdos Sacrifice. Here it is. This is kind of a quirky version. The deck's been in a lot of flux recently, so I'm running something I found. Had a few cool new cards I want to give a shot. And as you can see, we do pretty well with. I think we end up going 5-3 or something like that. So here's the deck: Hopeless Nightmares, Mishra's Research Desk, Kamano, Torch the Tower. Some interesting new cards. We have Ogier Oxonil, which synergizes like crazy well with the Anvil. If you can stabilize. I'm wondering if there's a version of this deck that doesn't play any sort of aggression and just tries to stabilize with these two cards. That would be really powerful. It would really lose to Sunfall, but I think other than that, it's probably pretty good. This thing keeps coming back. Find some other ways to keep bringing this thing back. On its flip side, I could see that being really good. Alright, I'm going to take another take. Get lost in the weeds there. Alright, so we are running Rakdos Sacrifice tonight. This is a newer version of the deck. It's got a few new cards. Trying out a few things. We ended up going 5 and 3, so it's doing okay. It's not great. A few new cards I'm trying are Ogier Axonil. This card has crazy synergies with the Onical Anvil. You're dealing 4 damage every turn and draining for 1. Rankle's Prank, because you can just get so far ahead on board. You create a board state that's going to just snowball forever. So if you can just clear everything out off of their board, out of their hand, Prank seems to be a really good card for that. Still running the Godrix, trying out Nixilis in here. Another card that allows you to just keep on building a board once you get ahead. So these are some anti-control tools of Nixilis, Prank, Ogier. Braids, again, another kind of anti-control tool. And then we have the early package, the Kumanos, the Godrix, the Blood Tithe Harvesters, all for aggro, the Epicure. And then you have Meal Ender, which some versions of the deck run, some don't. I like the way it synergizes with the Anvil and all the blood tokens. I think it can get out of hand pretty quick. And it answers the Planeswalker-based control decks really well. So check it out. I'm going to play a few games. Let me know what you guys think at the end. All right. How was that? Did that seem better? A little more energy, a little more pizzazz, I guess. That's for editing the videos. I'm going to make a short version. Pizzazz, good. All right, love it. All right, I'm going to call it there. Thanks for hanging out. I don't think I'm going to play tomorrow, but probably Wednesday and Saturday I'll play again. So if you're around, come hang out. All right, see you guys.